Hello, Internet neighbor. It is the Prospiracy Theorist here again, currently named Michael Harvey, hoping to change it to Iggy Wadadwa in the future. But I want to talk to you about NPIRES, Nonprofit Integrated Renewable Energy Solutions, which is what I call my idea to change bridges from just parts of the road to parts of the power grid and more integrated world. So, before I get into describing that any further, I'd like to start with a prayer. Good will conquer evil, love will conquer hate. Manas, in Lakesh, Namaste, Ubuntu, love. A little love goes a really long way. So, this idea to turn bridges into power plants was actually given to me in a dream. And so I'm going to try and talk about the dream and the idea as I go along. And to help you think about it, we're going to have this H here, which, as you can see, kind of looks like a bridge, like one side and the other. So, and in the dream, I was awakened in my house on Mahoning Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio, to like screams of trials and tribulations, like biblical stuff. And so I come out of my house and I look down the bottom of the hill, and there's this huge bridge, which kind of looks like a hill itself. It's so big. And it's covered in solar panels, so it just like shines, and the whole thing just glimmered. Um, and I kind of floated through it in the dream and saw all kinds of things. And there were wind turbines on the top. And in the dream, one of the things I saw was called anaerobic digester. In the dream, I had no idea what it was yet. It just looked like a ball or a sphere with a flame on the top of it and what looked like Hershey's syrup coming out of the side. Um, or Hershey's chocolate syrup. I don't know if I get in trouble for saying Hershey's, but whatever. Um, the It looked like chocolate syrup coming out of the side, and I found out that those things are called anaerobic digesters, and they allow you to farm natural gas instead of frack for it or mine for it, um, however else they do it. But an anaerobic digester is essentially a concrete stomach. So you know how when you eat, you fart. Well, that fart is methane, and methane is a natural gas, kind of just like propane. Um, so, what we could do is create these concrete stomachs called anaerobic digesters and put them in bridges. Because if you make a sphere, you can put stuff on top of it because the weight gets distributed. Um, and so um, that was one of the other things I saw. And then one of the other things I saw was steam turbines. And I saw all kinds of stuff regarding the steam turbines. But I'm just going to keep it simple here um, and let you know that bridges would be using steam power, using the solar panels and the wind turbines electricity to boil water, um, to spin turbines, to create electricity that way as well. And then all that would have a road going over it, and the road kind of looks like a tablecloth here, and like the bridge here, it kind of looks like a table. And I want to create Table Street. It's another new idea I had. NPIRES is about 5 years old. My Table Street idea, I don't even think it's 5 weeks old. But essentially, I want to replace Wall Street with Table Street. And Table Street would be, instead of monitoring how well rich people are doing and how much money their companies are making, Table Street would monitor how many people are being taken care of, how many people have a seat at the table. And so if we built each one of these bridges as an empire, each empire could have its own score. But I'm also hoping that nonprofits and businesses and all institutions sign up to get a table score and sign up for Table Street. I'm not exactly sure how all this will work yet. Like I said, the idea is less than 5 weeks old. But I want to call the space elevator that we're going to build as a people and as humanity to connect the moon and the Earth. Scientists already talk about this. Like I'm not pulling this out of thin air. So that's something that's been thought up, and I just thought how we could do it. And the way we could do it is if we built bridges that were renewable energy power plants that produced electricity, natural gas, and renewable landfill for organic waste. Those are the products that our society um, would promote to get paid for and make profit. So Wall Street, that's the Wall Street stuff. But the table street stuff would be the byproducts, and this is what I'm really interested in. And the byproducts are distilled clean water that can then be mixed back in with the water that's underneath the bridge in the first place to slowly purify it and not mess up the pH, because you can't just dump distilled water in it. It'll mess up the environment. But if you take the distilled water and mixed it with the dirtyish water and then put it back in slowly over time, you could purify it. And then the other byproduct would be organic fertilizer, which is digestate, which is the anaerobic digesters byproduct. And then if we were growing hemp and bamboo around the empires, we could then have building materials with bamboo and food and clothing and all kinds of other, and plastics and all kinds of other stuff with the hemp. And I want to grow the rope to the moon out of hemp. So these empires and anything with a table score would be tracking like how many people they were taking care of and how much hemp they were contributing to the table. So this is my idea. This is where I want to go, and this is the world that I want to have instead of the exploitative system that we have. And I don't want to argue about who's at fault. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist and blame anybody. I just want to be a pro-spiracy theorist and say this is what we could do to fix it so that my little boy doesn't have to suffer. And hopefully I have grandchildren and they don't have to suffer. That's why I'm doing all this. And I hope you help me. I hope you watch this video and share it with people. And remember, step one of the bloodless revolution is to think, and think of how you can be a better lover. And then step two is to love. And I love you, and we're all in this together. We're all connected. So take care and have a great day.